cars that safely drive themselves, and vehicles that won't need steering wheels or pedals. These are some of the things Tesla boss Elon Musk has promised in the next couple of years.
The fundamental message consumers should be taking away today is it's financially insane to buy something other than a Tesla. It's like buying a horse.
He said Tesla also wants to launch a fleet of self-driving taxis in 2020. That'll put it in direct competition with ride-hailing firms like Uber and Lyft. But it's a roadmap that experts say is too good to be true, given Musk's history of over-promising. Tesla's already missed its target of manufacturing self-driving cars by 2018. Customers have waited years for the $35,000 version of the Model 3, but that price may now be out of reach because of tax breaks that expired last year. The Model S and Model X also arrived much later than planned due to production delays. And Tesla's problems are mounting. Chinese authorities are reportedly looking into a Tesla Model S that caught fire in a Shanghai parking lot on Sunday. The firm also reported a quarterly decline in deliveries in January to March, as it sold fewer than expected Model 3s, its most affordable car.
They're going to need to get to the point where this car is going to fund their future products, the Model Y, the Roadster, the semi-truck, all those things that are going to make Tesla a more complete car company. If this car doesn't do well and they're not in the black, that kind of really brings into a lot of questions about Tesla's future viability.
The company says it's trimming its workforce by 7% this year to bring costs down. It's also building a large factory in China, where it plans to produce 500,000 cars a year for domestic customers.
And we're looking forward to hopefully having some initial production of the Model 3 towards the end of this year and achieving volume production next year.
Tesla hasn't made an annual profit in its 16-year history, but Musk says this year will be different. For investors, that's a promise Musk needs to keep. Paolo Montecillo, TRT World.
Well, let's get more on Elon Musk's driverless dreams now with Christian Stadler. He's a professor of strategic management at Warwick Business School in the UK. Welcome to Money Talks, Christian. In a sense, Elon Musk is probably the world's most infamous car salesman at the moment. But let's look at his latest claim. He's promising around 1 million so-called robo-taxis on US roads by next year. Is he being ambitious or just outlandish here?
I would almost say outlandish, yeah. I mean, there is, a good hope that there will be some in some restricted areas, but to have 1 million of those out there, I think is virtually impossible. Really, there's big regulatory hurdles to go through. There's questions around insurance, which is linked to regulation. I had a conversation just a couple of weeks back with the CEO of another large car manufacturer, and he certainly thinks it will take a while before we see self-driving cars en masse on the road.
Now, many people see Elon Musk as an eccentric visionary, but he's also the CEO who's answerable to shareholders. Do you think by making these unrealistic predictions, is he being a responsible leader of a public company here?
Well, he has had some trouble with public statements last year, and the SEC required him to get somewhat of an overseer of some of those public statements. Unfortunately, General Counsel, who was in a strong position to do so, has recently announced that he's leaving the company. So that puts some doubt that he can be, well, I'm not sure if reined in is the right word, but that somebody is making sure that the statements he makes publicly are also in line with SEC regulations.
So do you think going forward then, a man like Elon Musk, who, I mean, let's face it, he does have some great ideas, which some of which have become reality, but do you think he has what it takes to be a responsible chief executive officer?
I would think so. That, well, I would be careful here, yeah, because it's very hard to say, and we always know that with the benefit of hindsight. But we have seen other examples of great founders, the Google founders come to mind, who took a step back and put a professional CEO in place once the company has gone beyond a certain size. Elon Musk doesn't seem to want to do that, and I still give him a bit more time. Yes, he makes big statements, and yes, that causes some trouble. But as you pointed out yourself, he's also had great successes with SpaceX in particular. So it's not the end of the days yet, but he hasn't proven himself in the car industry as much as we were hoping for either.
Okay, well, he's got a year to prove all his critics wrong. Christian Stadler, thank you so much for your time on Money Talks.